What is up, everybody? I hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to be trying to increase my distance and accuracy in the area of spinner targets. Stick around. Thanks so much for clicking on the video and welcome to 411 Outdoors. Those of you who know me, you know I like to play with a lot of different things out here. I love slingshots and throwing knives and archery and just kind of circulating through all of these different things as I create content. Sometimes it's about slingshots, sometimes it's about knives, sometimes it's about other things. Today, it's going to be all about slingshots. If you're watching this and you find this information helpful, if you find it resourceful, if you like the content, I'd be super excited if you would subscribe to this channel. I started this channel back in April of this year, so it's fairly new, so I'm getting up and running. I'm really excited about this, but my goal is just to create good content to help people out and to be a good resource to them and their outdoor interests so we can have a lot of fun and good conversations together. So thank you in advance. Now let's get rolling. Simple Shot has two versions of the Scout. They have the Scout XT, the Scout LT. The LT is a little bit smaller. Out of all of my slingshots, I have been, up until this point, shooting the most accurate with the Scout LT. Ever since I got the Scout XT, I have been noticing an increased sense of accuracy. It's kind of hard to explain. Typically, when I shoot my slingshot, I'm not shooting at spinner targets because a lot of my slingshot work is included in my weapons montage videos where I go from one weapon to the next, and typically I'm shooting at a small metal can that makes a plinker type noise. I don't do a whole lot of work with spinner targets, but I've been feeling that conviction to step up my work with regards to hitting spinner targets. Typically when I have shot at them, it's been within about 20 feet and I'm 50-50. Today, I'm gonna go back about 30 to 35 feet, try to hit this little spinner target that I've gotten between two trees. I'm gonna be shooting with a Scout XT, and we're gonna see how well I do. So I'm actually gonna be shooting this way. I won't have it behind me. I'm gonna be shooting toward the camera here. Here's my spinner. It's kind of hard to see, so I wanted to point that out to you, so keep a lookout for that. I'll share with you guys a not so funny story, but I throw everything. I'm filming this particular piece right now with just a little iPhone 8 that I have in my collection. I learned the hard way. I was using my primary phone back in the summer to film some axe throwing. I was trying to pull off a crazy stunt where I was throwing somewhat toward the camera. I thought I had my camera out of the way, and I didn't. I hit the corner of my target. It ricocheted off and it practically went through my iPhone 8 Plus. It was a nightmare situation. I've since upgraded my phone, but this is more out of the way than it looks. But I've learned to do some different things, whether it's a GoPro or whether it's a backup camera when I'm shooting toward it. But I love the effect of coming toward the camera. So let's see how well we can do today with some accuracy. All right, so I changed my mind about just wanting to shoot toward the camera. Not liking the picture that much that I'm getting with this, the lighting out here and the angle. You were able to see a few shots from that direction, but let's turn it around and shoot from this direction. All right, we're gonna look past my little makeshift Wing Chun dummy to that little spinner right there. I'm gonna try to take a couple of more shots. I'm doing pretty good today. I'll tell you more about it in a minute. That was a lot of fun. The good news is I was fairly consistent hitting the spinner, but it's a whole different ball game, and there was a lot of things that I had to tweak along the way. Here's a couple of things that I discovered. Now, let me share with you what I'm shooting. I'm shooting the bands that come with the Scout. It's like there's more of a practice band. It's more of a backyard shooting kind of band. I did have to experiment quite a bit with, the distance wherewith I was able to shoot with these bands. Here's what I discovered. Within 20 feet, I was very consistent. Within 25 feet, I was still pretty consistent. Then 30 feet, I was every now and then within 35 to 40 feet, I couldn't hit it much at all. I was losing velocity. It was just very hard to figure out where I needed to be. Now, of course, if I changed the band set, a little bit more powerful bands, maybe some 3/8 steel and play with it there, I can discover that I can gain more distance and shoot straighter. This is just what I'm working with today, and a lot of times in the world of slingshots, it's just a matter of getting a feel for what you've got and dialing it in. I've definitely got to do some more work in the area of spinners. I love getting out and shooting my slingshot, but I've mostly been shooting at noisemaker targets and haven't had as much time working with these as I would like. Thankful to have had some success today and to learn a little bit more about distance, velocity, and all of that kind of stuff. And my primary motivation for getting out here and working more with spinners is for hunting training. I have never taken small game with a slingshot, though I want to. I want to get into that more. And I know that shooting at small spinners is just where it's at for that kind of training. I want to share with you my aiming method. Some of you may be brand new to slingshots and you're wondering, how do I hit a spinner target? I'll show you briefly what I was doing, and it gave me at least an 80% consistency. So let's take a look at something. So I was mostly successful within 20 to 25 feet. A little bit more inconsistent beyond that, but my typical aiming method, I'm about right here. Slightly below, right down the middle, was smacking it pretty consistent. And as far as posture is concerned, just like with archery, I stand to the side. You know, it just gives me the most focus, aiming with my dominant eye. Anchor point, straight back. Look at the slingshot frame. You're not here or here. You're keeping it straight, keeping everything straight. And when you release, just let it be a clean release, like that. Okay, here's what not to do. You don't want to throw the slingshot. That can throw your shot. And as far as your pinch, you don't want to pinch in front of the ammo that has to leap over your index. Just pinch it between your thumb and your index. That should help you a lot. Well, all right, friends, that brings me to a conclusion. I greatly appreciate you watching. I hope you found this somewhat entertaining. I hope you found it inspiring and informational. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.